What if I told you that the most exciting bobber of the year isn't American ... or Japanese? Not a Harley, not a Honda, but a brand you've probably never heard of. And what if I told you it costs less than $6,500, brand new with a V-twin? Engine, dual disc brakes, full LED lighting, and tech you usually only find in bikes twice that price. Sounds like a dream, right? But this isn't a fantasy. It's the Benda Napoleon 500, a machine that's making riders rethink what a bobber can be. It looks custom built. It sounds mean. And it rides like something that belongs in a way. Higher class . But here's the real question ... Can a Chinese motorcycle really compete with American icons like the Sportster or the Indian Scout? Or is this just another flashy import with no soul? Stay with me, because by the end of this ride, you might be asking yourself a question you never expected. Why am I not already riding one of these? Asterisk, you're probably wondering, who even makes this thing? Meet Benda, a rising motorcycle brand out of China, quietly building bikes that look like customs and ride like modern classics. Now, before you roll your eyes, this isn't some knockoff factory. Benda has been investing heavily in design, engineering, and performance. And it shows. They're not just copying the big names. They're rewriting the rule book on what a middleweight cruiser can be. Their mission? Simple. Take bold styling, pack it with legit tech, and offer it at a price that disrupts the whole market. And if the Napoleon 500 is any sign of what's coming next, the big brands might want to pay attention, because this isn't just about making bikes cheaper. It's about making them smarter. Asterisk, one look at the Napoleon 500, and you'd swear it just rolled out of a high-end custom garage . From the low-slung stance to the fat tires and chopped rear fender. This bike doesn't whisper bobber, it shouts. The floating short tail gives it a clean, aggressive silhouette, while the gold accents on the engine and fork add just enough flash to make it stand out without trying too hard. Up front, those scabbard-style inverted forks aren't just for show. They give the bike a solid, planet feel while cruising, and they look absolutely killer. The round LED headlight, the compact TFT display, the matte finishes, it's all tastefully done. And surprisingly premium. This bike doesn't look like something in the entry-level class. It looks like it belongs parked next to custom Harleys or Triumph bobbers, and it costs half as much. Whether you're into old-school charm or modern minimalism, the Napoleon blends both worlds without feeling forced. And that's what makes it so unexpected. Asterisk, underneath all that style, the Napoleon 500 backs it up with real muscle. We're talking about a 475.6cc liquid-cooled V-twin engine, twin pipes, a deep rumble, and 47 horsepower delivered with a smooth but responsive pull. This thing isn't just for posing. It moves. Torque comes in at 42 Newton meters, peaking at 7,200 revolutions per minute, giving you just the right punch for city rides and enough pull to stretch its legs on the highway. And the 6-speed transmission. Crisp and confident, especially with a slipper clutch that makes downshifting smooth. Even for new riders, compared to the Honda Rebel 500, it's just as quick off the line. Against the Royal Enfield Meteor, it feels more muscular and less lazy. But where the Napoleon really shines is how it feels under you. Twist the throttle, and it gives you that satisfying V-twin growl. Not overwhelming, but not shy either. The belt drive keeps it clean and quiet, and there's no annoying chain slap or maintenance headaches. Whether you're cruising along coastal roads or splitting lanes in the city, the bike stays planted, predictable, and surprisingly fun to flick through curves. It's not trying to be a race bike. It's just trying to make you smile, and it does that really well. Asterisk, here's where the Napoleon 500 really throws a curveball, because most bikes in this price range, they make you choose performance or features. You rarely get both, but the Napoleon says, why not have it all? Right out of the box, you've got dual disc brakes, front and rear with full ABS, not some optional add-on. Standard. You've also got traction control. Yes, on a sub $7,000 bobber. That's practically unheard of. Then there's the lighting. Full LED, front to back. Clean, sharp, and unmistakably modern. The gauge cluster. A round TFT digital display that's sleek, legible, and tucked right into the aesthetic of a classic cruiser. No cheap plastic panels. No clunky switches. Everything feels refined, minimal, and intentional. Even the handlebar controls are intuitive. No overcomplication. Just what you need. It's not overloaded with gadgets. But the ones it includes, they actually make a difference. And that's the point. Thoughtful features. No fluff. Asterisk. Let's talk about what really matters when you're in the saddle. Comfort and control. The Napoleon 500 sits low, just under 27.5 inches, making it incredibly approachable for riders of all sizes. Whether you're 5 feet 4 or over 6 feet, this bike feels welcoming the moment you swing a leg over. The seat is wide, well cushioned, and designed for real-world rides. Not just showroom photos, it's riding position. Relaxed and confident. The wide. Flying wing, handlebars give you solid leverage in turns. And the foot pegs are placed just right, not too forward, not too cramped. At 215 kilograms, it's got enough weight to feel stable, but it's far from heavy. You won't struggle at low speeds, and once you're rolling, it glides. City streets feel smooth. Open roads feel even better. It soaks up bumps with a solid front fork and rear monoshock that doesn't feel cheap, even over rougher terrain. And whether you're cruising solo or adding a passenger, the Napoleon doesn't lose balance or poise. This isn't just a bike that looks good parked. It's one you'll want to ride again and again. Asterisk, here's where things get wild. Because everything you've seen so far, the V-twin engine, the tech, the design, it all sounds like something that should cost 8, maybe 9 grand, right? Nope. The Benda Napoleon 500 starts at just $6,399. Let that sink in. That's less than a Honda Rebel 500, with more style and better tech. It's thousands less than a Harley Sportster or Indian Scout Bobber. And yet, it gives you 90% of the experience for 60% of the price. It's not a budget bike. It's a smart buy. You're not paying for a badge. You're paying for performance, looks, and features that punch way above their class. Even maintenance is low-key. Belt drive, solid build, reliable parts, no hidden headaches. In a world where prices keep climbing, the Napoleon does something rare. It delivers more for less. Asterisk. So let's go back to that question. Can a Chinese-built bobber really compete with the legends? Here's the truth. The Napoleon 500 isn't trying to be a Harley or an Indian. It's carving its own path. It doesn't have a big V-twin thunderclap. It doesn't carry a heritage logo that dates back 100 years. But what it does have is vision, a bold design, real performance, smart features, and an unbeatable price. No, it won't replace a Sportster in someone's garage who's been riding for 30 years. But for a new generation of riders, for someone looking for a stylish, tech-savvy cruiser without breaking the bank, this is more than just a good deal. It's a statement that good bikes don't need to be overpriced. That style doesn't have to come with a luxury tax. That performance can be accessible. The Benda Napoleon 500 doesn't ask for permission. It just shows up and earns respect one ride at a time. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what the motorcycle world needs right now. Asterisk. The Benda Napoleon 500 surprised me. Not because it tries to be something it's not, but because it dares to be exactly what it is. Bold, beautiful, and unbelievably affordable. And if this is what the future of affordable cruisers looks like, I'm here for it. But now I want to hear from you. Would you ride a bike like this? Do looks, performance, and price outweigh the brand name? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the ride, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. Because this This is just the beginning.